It's time for another pandemic report. You can see I'm down here. I'm always down here, so really, whatever. The bunker is the bunker. When I last left you, it was just before Easter. And we thought, I questioned, will another lockdown be happening? There's talks of lockdown. Will Easter bring about a lockdown? And, you know, there's these variants out there. Well, yeah, we're in lockdown. We are in lockdown. And, yeah, government, I'm going to discuss some stuff about the ways of dealing with the pandemic and what is right and what is wrong. And what we've done here in Canada and why our governments have really kind of screwed us. But in terms of us here, we are in lockdown and it's likely going to last a while. So yeah, so we've got May includes my birthday, James's birthday, Sarah's birthday, my nephew's birthday, my sister's birthday, Mother's Day. So May usually involves a lot of get-togethers. So we have invited people for oh, and don't forget, yeah, James's birthday is well, I'll talk about that. Happened. So, yeah. So like I said, we're in a lockdown. So knowing we were coming into possibly a lockdown, for James's birthday, because he didn't get a birthday last year. We were in lockdown again last year at the exact same time. And so with James, we were like, we're having a party, we're doing a birthday this year. You know, last year we did a live stream of his birthday. But this year, you know, we made plans. So we contacted people, not a lot, just immediate family. So my sister and brother-in-law and my mom, and then some people from Leslie's side of the family as well, her aunt and cousins and such. And we said, what works for you guys, right? So this is pre-technically the lockdown happened. We put it out there, knowing that, you know, we're not supposed to really have people over in general, right? Because we got the pandemic going on, but small amounts, we can distance, all that kind of stuff. It's not a problem as long as you keep it small, keep the family separate. That way, you know, people who see each other, well, they see each other, so it's not as important. We then become the mesh, right? And so we said, are you comfortable all coming together at the same time, or would you like it separate? And my mom, you know, being the elder of the bunch, and probably one of the most at risk, was like, no, I prefer it separate. So, okay, fine. Leslie's family one day, my family the other day. Not a problem. I think Leslie's aunt, right off the bat, again, I think she's older than my mom, said, sorry, I can't make it, obviously, due to what's going on. And we understood that. Not a problem. So we divided it up, and everything was good. And then, you know, the lockdown got announced. And Leslie's family, who during this pandemic, even though they're not supposed to be going around everywhere, decided, nope, we've been told that there's a lockdown, we can't make it. And they didn't even care if my family and their family mixed and all that kind of stuff beforehand. But because the government said lockdown, they weren't coming anymore. which really made Leslie mad. Like, mad. Leslie does not get confrontational. She'll get upset and mad and stuff like that, but she doesn't. Put it this way, she'll avoid confrontation at all counts. Well, she hammered it home. Yeah. All these people who have been going around and visiting people and doing things and going places and all that kind of stuff, where we essentially have been here not doing anything. They all canceled. My family still showed up the second day. So yeah, James was supposed to have, I guess, 3 birthdays, one on his actual birthday and then one on the Saturday and one on the Sunday. And he still did. Sarah's best friend came over on the Saturday. And so, I mean, we already had cakes and stuff ordered and all this kind of stuff. So, whatever. We had all this stuff we had to eat and, you know how it is, parties, right? So, he still had his birthdays. But yeah, that really upset Leslie because, you know, this is James never had a birthday. He's never had a birthday party. He's never had people over for his birthday. And everything was fine. And, you know, this was last minute. This was like announced the week beforehand, right? I think it was the week beforehand. So yeah, she let into them. And so, yeah, so who knows when this lockdown's going to end, but I foresee that all of the birthdays in May probably going to be the same type of thing. Whatever. It's not like I throw myself a birthday party or anything like that. Sarah is kind of disappointing, but I'm sure her best friend will be over, and I guess we really got to open the pool and get it heated up and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but yeah, that's kind of where we are. And I have found out that I qualify for a vaccine now. Because apparently I'm way overweight. I know you can't really tell from my shoulders up, but yeah. So the province of Ontario has opened up vaccines for people who have a BMI of 40 plus. So what they can consider severely obese. And it didn't really matter what numbers I punched in, whether I said I was 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet tall. I'm not 6 feet tall, but whatever. If I guessed on my weight, and even if I under-guessed on it, I still came out well over the numbers. So I have been going onto the website and looking to get, a vaccine appointment. But it keeps coming up as not available. So, we shall see. So, hopefully I can get in there and get that done. Because if you've been following this series, you know that I am definitely in that at-risk category, and I do not want to get this, and yeah, because I have a feeling I probably wouldn't come out of it very well. That being said, government response to this in general around the world. So, what do we have? We have, what was it, early 2020, China announced this COVID thing, right? And governments had essentially 3 ways of dealing with this, right? You can take the all open approach in the whatever. There's this virus out there that can potentially kill people, but we're just going to let it happen, let it take its natural course, and we're going to go with the idea that we'll try and get as many healthy people infected right off the bat, you know, like sort of develop a herd immunity really, really quickly. So open it up, you know, business as usual. You can then take the complete opposite thing and say, you know what, we're going to lock it down. We're going to close everything off and make sure we don't get the virus. Right? Now, pretty much everybody, you know, epidemiologists agree that there's no way to not get the virus. The way the world works, we are a global economy. We're just one big entity. We affect everything affects everybody else. So there's no way for you to not get it eventually. Eventually it's going to happen. Some way, some, you know, form. Unless it gets nipped in the bud right away, it's going to happen. So hopefully it gets nipped in the bud right away and it gets localized and closed off, and boom, you're good to go. So when it comes to that close off everything, yes, they still take that kind of approach, but it's the we're going to shut it down, and when it gets to us, we're going to deal with it, and we're going to deal with it. We're going to compartmentalize it as much as possible and fight it off, and we're not going to give up, and we're going to keep fighting it. And then you get that kind of the middle, right? You get the kind of the middle where we're going to put in restrictions. We know we're going to get it. We're going to deal with it when it comes around. We're not going to try and stop it from coming here, but, you know, we're not going to really let it, you know, say come with open arms. And when it does come here, we're going to deal with it. But, you know, it's one of those things where we're not going to say fight it. No, we're not going to fight it. We're going to deal with it. And that's the big thing. So you get we're not even going to deal with it. We're going to fight it. And then we're going to deal with it. This kind of the three camps. And obviously there's multiple spectrums on that. So before this, even though we've had, you know, SARS prior to this, and we got SARS here in Canada, which is one of the things that baffles me, we were affected by a very similar virus already out of China previously, and it affected the areas where, like, it didn't travel all across Canada. It ended up being very localized and kind of contained within the country, but it affected us as a result, and we kind of from that said never again, right? But no, we've taken the flatten the curve approach here in Canada. And the flatten the curve approach means we're going to let it happen because there's no way to not have it, apparently. And when it does happen, we'll deal with it. We just want to keep the numbers low. We just want to keep the numbers low. We don't want to get too many people infected, because that will overrun our healthcare system. This is the reason. It will overrun our healthcare system. It's not because we want to protect the citizens from this virus. It's we don't want to overrun our healthcare system and thus essentially look bad. It's a matter of optics. Political optics is what they opted for. See, when China announced this, I believe the United States said, I think there was a travel ban to China. I could be wrong, but I think there was. Again, a lot of this information is going to be kind of, take it with a grain of salt. Okay? I'm trying to go by memory here, and, you know, that was a year ago at least. So, I believe they put in a travel ban. We did not in Canada. No travel ban to China. China praised us and essentially denounced the United States for their actions. Do you know what China has on Canada right now? a travel ban. You can't go to China from Canada. Why? Because we have COVID. And essentially, they really don't. At least they aren't reporting that they have huge cases or anything like that. So, interesting, isn't it? Well, turns out that some countries went the protect ourselves route. They locked everything down. They locked their borders down. They locked everything down within their country, and then they traced and dealt with it. Australia knows what to do. Why? Australia dealt with this pandemic. Australia still doesn't let you into the country unless you are Australian, and even then, you are under strict lockdown. You aren't allowed out. You're not even allowed to go get groceries, I don't believe, if you are coming in. You're there. I don't know if the government provides. I don't know all the details there, but I do know that you are on severe lockdown. But you know what Australia has that we don't have? Free reign. They're completely open. It's business as usual outside of imports and exports and travel, international travel and such. Other countries in Asia, like China, locked down. And I get it. The ones that are close to China, they've had to deal with this kind of stuff before. And yeah, they locked themselves down. Some of them. Not all of them. Some of them. Those countries, all the countries that essentially said, no, we are not allowing travel from China. No, we are not allowing travel from other countries now that the virus has left China. We are locking our country down and we are dealing with this. They're faring great. The countries that took the very open policy are either in a shitstorm, pardon my language, or they've adopted the middle ground, because you can't go to the far ground once once you're in the middle to you can't really. I mean, you could go from the completely open to middle and then to fully closed off, but it'd be a long transition, a long time. But most of them, because again, political optics, they kind of go, we kind of made a mistake. We're gonna, deal with it now. Or some governments are just essentially, and I'm not even going to name names because of the crap that's going on in those countries, but they took the we're not going to deal with it mantra, and now some of them, their populations are sick everywhere, and the government is essentially arresting people or silencing people or denying things that, there's a problem, or that anything's happening, or even that COVID even exists still. Yes, there are countries out there that still, the government denies COVID. Yeah. So, what am I saying here? It's the fact that here in Canada, we've taken the middle road. The middle road doesn't work either. When China announced that they had the problems, we should have locked down travel to China. When information that the virus has spread to other countries, should have locked down travel to those countries. And eventually, once it started spreading to multiple countries all over the world, we should have locked down travel to all of those countries. You know what you can do in Canada right now? Travel to any country you want. If they'll allow it. See, Canada's allowed to travel to China, but China won't let us travel there. Canada's allowed to travel to Australia, but Australia won't let us travel there. Do you see a problem? Do you see a problem here? How do you deal with a virus and stop a virus if you keep going places and bringing back variants of that virus from other places? That was what happened now. See, we allowed travel, and now we've got a variant from another area where they had more cases than us, and it mutated. lockdowns, shut it down, get it done, then trace, treat, and deal with it. Don't let the virus spread. That's how you stop a virus. Not let it spread, not, oh, we'll keep we'll do whatever we can to keep cases down. No. When a government says we're going to let it spread, what they're essentially saying is, old people, good luck. We don't care about you. People who are sick, good luck. We don't care about you. People who don't know you might die, good luck. Roll the bones. We don't care about you. If you die, oh well. Don't give me this economy type bullcrap, right? Because when you deal with the virus and you deal with it properly and you shut it down, you get to reopen and save the economy. And keep your population safe and healthy. If you pick economy over your population, you're essentially saying the mighty dollar is more important than any of you. Which means, sorry if you died, but money. And that's what it comes down to, right? So, flatten the curve doesn't work. Completely open definitely doesn't work. And anybody who says you can't lock down and stop these things has been proven wrong. You've just been proven wrong. With the right steps in place, you can do it. Now, one of our biggest trading partners here is the United States, and the United States kind of took the whole we're going to let it happen type approach, with a kind of we're going to deal with it, but we're not really going to deal with it because of the economy. So it was all over the place. And because their healthcare system is kind of a joke, they suck. I'm sorry, anybody from the United States, not you personally, but your country sucks. It just does. You can wave your flag all you want, but if you looked outside and saw what was going on during this pandemic in your country, you know that hey, but I'm not even going to get into the BLM and all that kind of crap that's also going on at the same time. But clearly, shit show, right? With them, yeah, we realize that part of the problem is if they don't do what we're doing, we're kind of sucks. But as a political optic, we can't drive across the border. They can't drive across the border. For pleasure. You can do it to transport goods and for essential travel and all that kind of stuff. But if you just wanted to go visit and do something entertaining, that's not allowed. But you can fly there. You can fly back and forth. Yeah, flatten the curve. Doesn't work. And it hurts me as a Canadian because we used to be a very strong, we used to be a country that, even though we had a small population, the world looked to as kind of a superpower, right? Like we weren't, even though we technically aren't a superpower, we were like a superpower. But we've become so wishy-washy, and it's not even like a left-right thing. We've just, as a country, become so wishy-washy in the way we deal with things that nobody seems to have a backbone. And the politicians need to grow a backbone. The whole job is to do what's best for the people of the country. And I don't know about you, but when I'm being invaded by something, I don't just go, we'll kind of deal with it and hopefully things turn out. No, you fight. We're not fighting. We're not fighting at all. Heck, I don't even think we're dealing with it very well anymore. But yeah, you can tell from this conversation I'm having that I'm a little fed up with everything that's gone down. I'm disappointed with all levels of government, and that's not to say everything they did was bad, but nobody was really willing to make the hard decisions, the decisions that needed to be made, and they proactively, not retroactively even. I mean, they made some decisions, but after the fact, you know. And no, I want politicians who, when they see that the shit is coming towards the fan, they don't just turn the fan off and let the shit hit it still, right? No. They put something up so the shit doesn't hit the fan, and then they punch the person in the face who just tried to shit on your fan. Right? Right? I don't know. I'm really upset with the way things have gone, and I thought as Canada we would have done better. And you know, I don't know. Well, we'll see. We will see how well we come out of this. I don't know that we're gonna. Anyways, this has gone on long enough. I could go on and on about other things, but essentially, anything but fight it or die is not how you deal with anything. Shouldn't be a way you deal with anything in life. But when it comes to viruses, when it comes to these things, if there is a zombie outbreak, we don't say, oh, well, you can't stop a zombie outbreak, so we're just going to kind of deal with it when the zombies get here, and hopefully we fare okay. What? If, I guess that's the way to look at it, right? If COVID was zombie virus, and your government was taking the position of, don't worry, people, when the zombies get here, we'll deal with it. Do you think that's acceptable? Or would, don't worry, people, we're not going to let the zombies get here. Ever. Then at least, even if those measures failed, at least they tried, right? At least they tried. And in all likelihood, you would last longer than any country that just allowed the zombies to happen. Don't let zombies happen. Flatten the curve does not work. Letting zombies happen does not work. It just doesn't. Anyways, comment down below if you've lasted this long. But yeah, how are you faring? Right? How are you doing? Are you I mean, I don't know. Are you in Canada? What is it like in your part of the world? Comment down below. Love to hear from you. Stay safe. Stay healthy.